My name is Olivia. I am 27 years old. I live in New York near the mountains. But my life is not easy. Every morning I wake up with fear. Every night I go to sleep crying. Only 5 months ago, I was happy. I laughed with my best friend Sarah. We sang together. We watched movies. We planned small trips. I thought my life was normal again, but then he came back. My ex-husband, the man I thought I had escaped. One night when I was walking home from work, he appeared. I saw him on the street. Before I could run, he grabbed me. He covered my mouth, and when I opened my eyes again, I was in a house with no windows, no freedom. Since that night, I am trapped. He locks me inside when he leaves. He unlocks the door when he comes back. I cannot go anywhere. He shouts at me. He says he will never leave me. He rarely gives me food. Sometimes only bread. Sometimes nothing at all. He does not let me go out. He does not let me work. He takes my money, every last coin. I remember the time when I would freely eat what I wanted, when I sat in my small flat, drinking coffee, watching the world outside. I remember my mother's voice, my father's advice. They told me to remarry, to move on, but I did not listen. I thought I was strong and independent. I thought I could handle my own life. I also remember the divorce, the papers I signed with shaking hands. That day, I thought I was free, but I made a mistake. I did not go to the police. I stayed silent, and because I stayed silent, he came back. The first time he abused me, I forgave him. The second time, I stayed quiet, but silence gave him power. Now he abuses me as if it is his right. When he drinks, his anger grows. He pushes me against the wall. He calls me names. He says, "Without me, you are nothing." And I stand there with bruises on my skin and fear in my heart. But I'm not broken. I have a plan. I smile when he wants me to smile. I nod when he talks. I let him think I am weak. But inside, I am waiting. I am saving every proof. I am keeping every word, every bruise, every moment. Because one day, I will escape. And when I do, I will not be silent again. He never lets me out. But one evening, he forgot his phone on the table. For a moment, he went outside to smoke. I took the chance. My hands were shaking, but I opened the recorder. I pressed record and left it on. When he came back, he started talking on the phone with his friend. He said, "She cannot leave me. I keep her locked in this house. She will never escape." He laughed. He thought it was a joke. But his own words became my proof. The next day, he left for work. I found a small old phone hidden in the kitchen drawer. Maybe it was his spare phone. I quickly used it to send the recording to my best friend, Zara. I wrote one word: help. That evening when he came home, I acted normal. I made him tea. I listened to him talk. But inside, I was counting the minutes. I prayed Zara had seen my message. That night, he shouted at me again. He said, "You are nothing without me. Don't even dream of running away." I stayed quiet, but suddenly there was a knock at the door. He froze. "Who is it?" he shouted. When the voice answered, my heart raced. It was the police. He tried to stay calm. He told them, "This is my wife. There is no problem here." But the officers did not leave. They said they had proof. One of them looked at me and asked softly, "Are you safe?" I couldn't speak. I just showed them my bruises. I whispered, "He keeps me locked inside." Everything happened fast. The police grabbed him. He shouted, he fought, but they put him in handcuffs. He turned to me and screamed, "You will regret this." But his words had no power anymore. That night, I walked out of the house for the first time in months. The air felt different, cold, sharp, free. I looked at the sky and I felt like I could breathe again. Later in court, I gave them everything. The recordings, the photos of the bruises, the messages, the proof of how he trapped me. The judge listened, the lawyers listened, and finally, the law listened. He was taken away. He was no longer in control. The same hands that locked me inside now wore chains. For 5 months, I lived in fear. 5 months, I cried myself to sleep. But I survived, and I will never be silent again.